unfortunately some situations and circumstances beyond our control. But moving on, as you're all aware, this is to announce a relationship that we started with Pan Atlantic University. So it's a joint media party between us and them. We have seated on this panel Professor Regina Uzo from LBS, and we have Insima as well from LBS, and then we also have other members of the Expo. Angela is actually going to be the face of this because it's been an activity she's been running and she's kind of like in charge of it. So I'm just here, like I said to her earlier, as a hired hand. And this is Lai, who is in charge of all our publicity, is our publicity guy. And that's our body man, Mr. Ndanusa. And my name is Tolokwe Akmikemedebem. So thank you once more, everyone, for attending. And we honestly hope that after this media activity, it's not going to end as a media activity. We hope that whatever feedback it is that we get from this, after being amplified with you guys, would also turn out in terms of major feedback for the relationship, because we're hoping that a lot of people, because learning about experiential is actually not for us as experiential people, it's actually for people out there. And the reason why we actually started this is for people to have a better understanding of what we talk about when we talk about experiential marketing. People hear experiential marketing, they pretty much have no idea what it is. You have to actually start explaining to them. Sometimes Lai will say to me that, look, I'm tired of telling my in-laws what it is I do. So I mean, we all get that kind of feedback. So moving out of here, we're hoping that we won't have to do that. Then a lot of marketing directors, a lot of marketing people, a lot of brand people will have a better understanding of what experiential marketing is. And moving on to that, where a younger set of people even have an understanding of that, moves into some things that Angela will also be discussing about, some of the university activities that we're doing. So once more, welcome ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for being here. So I'm handing over to Prof, who is going to tell us more about what this marketing program is all about.
Thank you very much. Do I stand?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a delight to be here to share some thoughts on what we're about to do together with EXMAN. So let me start this way. There's some data showing that between now and the end of 2024, 6 out of every 10 Nigerian customers is likely to switch from their favorite brand to some new or different brand. What that suggests is that brand loyalty is going to be in question. Consumers are going to be less loyal than they used to be, and we know why. We know what's happening in the economy. We know there's inflation. We know that the naira is falling. In short, we know that customers are facing a very distressful time. And yet, we who are agencies doing experiential marketing and all those other activities are the ones that the consumers will be looking up to give them hope, to orchestrate or create experiences that will keep those customers loyal to the brands they are choosing to move to. And that also means that if we don't up our game, some are going to leave. Or let me put it this way, some agencies are not going to have as much work as they had in the past. The other interesting trend is what AI is doing, generative AI especially. AI can now create and do some of the work that some of the agencies were spending a lot of time doing. So that is why we are putting together this program to highlight 3 things, or to achieve 3 things. The first one is a mindset shift. So working with all the key stakeholders of this beautiful ecosystem of experiential marketing, to work with them and their members to embrace new knowledge and insights about what it takes to be precise in capturing these consumers who are the Nigerian consumers. And we're going to be sharing deep insights from our research and also from experts who understand how this works. The second thing, apart from the mindset shift that we'll achieve, is collaboration. I'm sure you know this African proverb that says that if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And one beautiful and one unique thing that I think this experiential marketing management program is going to achieve is the opportunity to have all those practice groups, the clients, the strategic, the operations, and all together sitting on the same table to look at issues that they need to work on together. And we're going to be moving away from, let's say, competition to co-opetition, as some say. So having people who ordinarily may have been competing, working strategically together to collaborate on pushing the industry forward. And then the last one is action. We don't want to organize a program where people will come, talk, and go. Lagos Business School is always about transformational change, about improving one's mindset, about leading development for the country. And we believe that those coming to this program with the support of LBS and EXMAN will be going away with a hands-on roadmap, going away with a strategy that they can implement immediately to enable them succeed in 2024. So I think these are the three objectives: mindset, collaboration, and action that the program will achieve. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof. It was quite interesting when we came in and started as the new EXCO. And my madam here, she had this acronym that she called THRIVE. And part of the T, the acronym, was training and thought leadership. And that was super exciting, considering the fact that, like she mentioned, a lot of people know very little when it comes to experiential marketing. But apart from that, we also wanted to build manpower. There's a whole lot of manpower development that is required in the entire Nigerian system, as it were, right now. And we felt this was an opportunity to do that. Out of all the marketing communications sectors, you have the ones that cause you to stop and stare, which is the case of advertising, if you may, where you have a billboard that is very beautiful, maybe an ad with a beautiful jingle. You hear it, it makes you stop, you think about it, you sing along, but it ends there. And I'm not knocking advertising at all, that's not what I'm doing. But also you have the ones that do publicity. But there is one form of marketing communications, don't you, that appeals to the six senses. And that's your sense of touch, smell, feel, taste. And the sixth one is called interception. Interception is the part of your sense that gives you a feeling that something is right or is not right. It makes you feel like something is nauseating, something is going to happen. And just like Prof said, things are getting harder. The economy is really, really doing a number on all of us. This is the time to keep your consumers by your side. And how you do that is to give them more reason to believe in your brand. Again, I'm not trying to knock other forms of marketing, but I'm saying that one form of marketing communications that can deliver that for you is actually experiential marketing. The reason is for the reasons that I have mentioned. It starts a conversation. It gives the consumer a voice. It allows the consumer ask questions. It allows the consumer engage with the brand. It gives the brand an experience. And having looked at all of this, and we consider the fact that it is needed more than any other time than now, we felt it would be most appropriate to bring something like this at a time like this. That's one reason. The second reason is the one she has mentioned. We need more people to understand that what experiential marketing is about. But we also want our partners to understand that you should be doing experiential marketing if you haven't started. And I like what Prof said, where he said it's a table where clients, consumers, Agencies will all sit together round the table to understand more about experiential marketing, give it the needed boost it needs to help us all make our bottom line better. Because at the end of the day, it's about the naira and the kobo, isn't it? But also there's a third reason. The median age of Nigeria is 18.1 years. This was at 2023. And we have over 70% of our population as young people. And some of them are actually just sitting at home doing nothing. And of course, many more others are leaving the country. But that's okay. The number of people leaving the country is only a fraction. I'm not saying it's not important to take note of this, but it's only a fraction compared to the over 213 million Nigerians. Apparently more. This is as at 2021, so it means that it's likely more. This gives us an opportunity to teach young people about experiential marketing. Help them through experiential marketing to create wealth, have a purpose, because every opportunity can be turned into a gold mine. And we're saying this is that opportunity and we're happy to do it. And just like my president mentioned, we're also looking at going at universities where we can be part of Open Day or maybe Theatre Week Day or Mascom Week, all of those activities, and tell them more that there's something called experiential marketing that can give you a job, like now, really, because there's so much to experiential marketing when you stretch it in its right senses. But I'm not going to bore you with all my English speaking or analysis. What is important is that we believe in training and thought leadership because we have realized that on-the-job training is in high demand. You have a lot of first-class people in your teams and they are struggling. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong in having first class, but we're saying this is an opportunity to get on-the-job training if you're interested in experiential marketing. And we're also saying that clients who are our partners, who respect us, who are giving us a seat on their table, we are going to train ourselves more so we can retain that seat. We don't want to lose those seats. But we're also inviting them to come join us. Let's all learn together. Let's do it in a better way so that our bottom line will be better at the end of the day. Number 3, our young people can learn a thing or two. They are brilliant. They can do so much. This is an opportunity to learn something new and interesting, where you have several windows through you can come in and become something. But finally, the fact that every brand needs experiential marketing at the moment. If you're not giving me a voice, if you're not listening to what I have to say, if you're not allowing me to give you a feedback, why in God's name would I be spending my scarce money on your brand? So, if experiential marketing is critical at this point in time, we should be creating a table for it. And this is what this is about. I hope I've been able to make sense of why EXMAN is doing this. Thank you for your time.
So it was actually supposed to be a short session, a very short session. So if there are any questions, we'll take them. And if there isn't any, we'll have seated with us the immediate past president, who is Mr. Tunji Adeyinka. The truth is, I was vice president working with him, and we actually started this discussion way back then. And it only made sense that at the end of this all, rounding it up, he would actually be the one that is giving us the closing remarks. So if we have no questions to ask, oh great. So sorry, Sima? Yeah, he has a question. And then, okay.
It's not good to be, or to be a monologue. Dialogue is important, so we understand better, but we can engage more, Madam and the President later too. Now, to probe, among the marketing ecosystem, I know you talk about the data that reveal about the shift in consumer interest as we go on, and Madam talked about census. Why did you choose among the marketing ecosystem, you chose EXMAN to partner on this journey? Is it because of what Madam said about the direct engagement with consumers? or there are other reasons why you chose EXMAN to do this? Because I know marketing involves other segments and common consumers. And that one is one. So are you going to onboard other marketing professionals on this journey? And if it's a workshop training, let us know at the duration what format is it going to take. So, Madam President, we're beginning a new journey this year. This is 1st of February, 3rd January, the year is rolling again. But we take a brief moment to look at 2023 and 2024. What were those challenges? Because I know this is a challenge too that LBS is trying to assist to solve in 2024. What were the other challenges EXMAN marketing ecosystem faced in 2023, and how do you want to tackle them in 2024? Thank you.
EXMAN. Well, the reason is that EXMAN is, and is very well known, the go-to association for anything that has to do with experiential marketing in Nigeria. And to your point, yes, the experiential marketing practitioners, if I may call them that, have a very key role to play in this time of, in this harsh economic times, because in my view, they are the ones who are very close to the heart of the customers at this point, in terms of the way that they can create experiences that would encourage the customers to buy, that will encourage them to stick to the brands, that will encourage them to give feedback to the brands, that would encourage them, that would demonstrate empathy in this time when things are tough. So I think that they are a group that is a force for change, and we believe as Lagos Business School that we should be partnering with like-minded organizations that are interested in change, improvement, development in this difficult time. And then to your second question, yes, we're doing this in May of this year, May 2nd and 3rd. It's a 2-day program, and we are open to marketing practitioners. Obviously, the agency, the Experiential Marketing Association, is driving the recruitment, so those recruitments will come through them, but it's something that is open to all to participate. Thank you.
Recruitment, we're all driving recruitment. All of you here as our first brand ambassadors of what it is this is about. We're all driving it because we now know. And like I said earlier on, whether you're a student, whether you are on client side, whether you're on agency side, we need to have that discussion. Keep the conversation going. So I expect that the first class will be full, and we'll have several others as we go along. And some of you may end up being some of the facilitators if you are vetted by him, of course. If you have a flair for teaching and you are vetted by him, some of you can facilitate it. So it's ours. So please, when we leave here, let's preach about it and get as many people, or pass them through us so that we perhaps can get some commission.
So you're very right that challenges, now the challenges regarding that will then not be challenges that are specific to experiential. It was a challenge for everyone, and moving on, hopefully we're all getting better. One of the major things that was a challenge for us as an ecosystem was actually financing. I mean, over the years, kind of most of our clients have turned us to banks, and we have to work. So we have to get stuff done. So one of the things that has been a major challenge for us has been financing, and all of 2023 and even now early 2024, we're actually working with some partners to ensure that even if we, as this EXCO, leave nothing behind for our members, it's going to be that ability to be able to access a global line with a couple of banking partners. So we're actually in a very serious relationship with one, that we're hoping, and part of the things that they've also said is that they want to make a lot of noise about it, because like Prophet said, whether or not we like it, we're actually a force to be reckoned with. Because the truth about it is, by the time we take 54 member agencies, right now EXMAN is made up of 54 member agencies. Hopefully, soon we get bigger, we're growing bigger, because another challenge that has been a major issue for us was what we call the briefcase carrying agencies. And these are just people that work for any one of the 54 that I've mentioned, that somebody says to them, why are you working with this agency? Don't you think you can do this on your own? Now, when they sell that idea to them, they take it on, and then they do the things and they mess up. And the client comes to those ones that are typically or normally the professionals. Now, what we're saying to everyone as EXMAN is, regardless of whether or not you're a business carrying professional, if you believe and know that you're a true professional, if you believe and know that you can do what you're doing, join us. Let's build this ecosystem. Let's become that force that everybody sees and everybody leans on and says, EXMAN makes it a reality. Let's do it together. And that's where we're on, that's where we're working on. And hopefully, we all see the dividends of this that we're trying to build. So at the end of the day, we try to say to you that EXMAN is actually an association of top professionals. Professionals who believe in what they do and who stand behind their mess-ups. Excuse my French. So we do that, and these are some of the things, again, you find us doing in conjunction with the entire marketing communications ecosystem being under corporate licenseship of our fund. Because every single one of us 54 member agencies are all corporate licensees of our fund, and our fund is actually the main body, our CBN, as I say to people. And as we move along, we get to get more people onto this relationship. So yes, these are two of the major challenges that we have faced. 2024, we are trying to head on, try to work on the banking relationships. And subsequently, even as we move into our AGM, we're looking at onboarding quite a number of more people who actually want to be members of EXMAN as well. So these are some of the major challenges that we have.
There's just one last one, because I've reached, there's margin. Margin has been a huge challenge. It's been eroded very seriously. Margins, MARGINS.
But yeah, has been marginalized.
It's been eroded very seriously, and some of these things are expected when times are hard. Usually, companies are cutting costs. It's usually the marketing communications or marketing costs that are the first and the fourth. But I think that, again, my president and LBS and the rest of us wanting to do this is also our own way of speaking to that. Because we think that if we all understand what it is we need to do to make our brands profitable, then perhaps when we send that budget, you already know that this is what it should be, and I appreciate what this is going to bring to the table. So I'm not going to keep slicing it and pricing it like akara and bread, if you may. So that's the other problem we've had. But we believe that with this program, something good will happen to that. Hopefully, our people can actually run a profitable business that will allow them to have bread and butter on the table at the end of the day. I thought to mention that.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You mentioned the margin, profit margin, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Now, it is being considered in the banking sector, because recapitalizations, and even some of the banks are considering margin, the other margin, MER, mergers and acquisition. Will the industry, the EXMAN industry, the sector, subsector, in the IMC ecosystem, would they be considering that? Should we be looking at that as the year is unfolding, if I may ask.
It was something that came up at the National Advertising Conference, where Mr. Shenyaditu went on about the fact that we will continue to experience some of the things that we're experiencing because of the large numbers that we have. He talked a lot about collaborations, and the good thing is I'm excited about the fact that in EXMAN as we speak, we have a lot of collaborations going on. The first meeting I had as president, I was speaking to the school, this same line here. I said something to him, and he said, it might be you people that are not doing it, but we guys, with the younger people, we're actually collaborating quite a lot. That was the first time I heard it, don't let me lie to you, that was sometime last year. We were talking about something, somebody called me and said, do you do this, do you do that, please can you send me a budget, blah, 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 blah. I said, no, what is your budget? Go ahead with your budget, whatever it is that you do, let's sit down together and agree the way to walk through it. So I believe that one of the things we are all seeing by ourselves is the fact that we can, I think, Prof used that adage, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, work together. And honestly, that is collaboration for us. I have been to somebody's office again in the course of being the president of EXMAN, and I saw 3 or 4 different people that I knew on different things within the same room. And I'm like, what's going on here? I went back and I thought about it and I said, this is the thing we're talking about. This is collaboration. People are working together. We might not be making a lot of noise about it, but the truth about it is we all realize the benefit of us doing stuff together. And I think that is actually a message that we continue to preach, continue to say, because honestly, the way to be big is all of us working together. And us working together still comes back to the essence of this program, where we're saying to each other, look, you might think you know it, but you actually can find better ways to do this. There are actually different ways of doing it. You might not actually have the opportunity to be able to get those, but we actually can curate some of those things, and together we'll learn it, and together we'll leverage and know that truly together we can actually do bigger and actually better. So yes, a lot of collaboration is going on. It could be better, it will be better. I imagine that even as ARCON kind of like pulls that net around all of us, trying to ensure that we all walk the straight and narrow, we'll probably be seeing a lot more collaboration as well.
Thank you.
I'm a journalist. I have a question that has been nagging at me for some time now. Now, the AI thing that is taking over everything. Some industry are seeing it as a blessing, while some other industry are seeing it otherwise. So for EXMAN, especially in the year 2024, how are you guys seeing it? Is it a blessing or otherwise?
It's a blessing in disguise because what we've seen is that generative AI is not a competitor but an enabler. Yes. So it's about how you use it. It's going to make us more creative. It's going to bring out the best in us. So there's nothing to fear. But we have to ensure that we use it in the way that fits into our own context. And I think that's the way to do that.
Just to buttress what Prof said. So AI is what is going to enhance our work, unlike other industries and sectors where, like, for example, the banking sector. I'm sure you remember some years, 20 years ago, where you go to the bank and you see a queue of about 100, 500 people, and you dread going to the bank. But now you can only transact POS machines, ATMs, that reduce the need to put a lot of staff in those banking sectors. Unlike our own sector, we are creative. And robots, they are garbage in, garbage out. They can't think outside what you process inside them. So meaning that our sector, our job, our creative is secure. We'll keep thinking outside the box if something worked this way yesterday, I'm sure tomorrow we need another dynamic way to express it. This is what I'm saying about experiential. New things will always happen. Thank you.
I'd like to use an analogy. I heard this some years back and it just stuck with me. So it's a very short story of a man that was given a task to bring down a mighty tree, maybe in a context of an Iroko tree, and he was doing that with his axe. So he kept hitting at it, hitting at it, hitting at it, and his axe was blunt. So his friend said to him, "Can you just take some time out and sharpen this axe?" He said, "No, no, 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 I have a target to bring down this Iroko tree." Unknown to him, if he had taken that time out to sharpen the axe, or even question why I'm using an axe, he could have achieved his objective faster. That's what training, development, learning does to all of us. Nobody knows it all and is too much or too knowledgeable to learn. So I see this partnership with EXMAN as an expression of the Lagos Business School vision, which is about developing responsible leaders to inspire Africa's growth. So think about yourself, you're a leader in your capacity. What have you done to develop yourself, to inspire growth in your immediate sector, in Nigeria, because Nigeria desperately needs responsible leaders, and in Africa? So this is one platform that is not just for EXPAN members. If you're operating in the marketing community, marketing ecosystem, and I don't know, I'm thinking of that industry in Nigeria that doesn't need marketing. There's none. So this is an opportunity for you to come around, learn, understand, and position yourself to grow in a very challenging environment. I don't know any prophet that's going to tell us that the challenges are going away very soon. Be careful. But in this challenging environment, companies are growing. Companies are thriving. Individuals are growing. Individuals are thriving. So we should ask ourselves, what are they doing? What can I do differently? And Lagos Business School is here to support you, to inspire growth in whatever you're doing. So Angela mentioned recruitment is for every one of us. This is February. The event is in May. You have time, but procrastination is the enemy. You just wake up and find out, wow, the event has happened. So this is the time. As soon as the link is shared, register. Mark your calendar. 2nd and 3rd of May, mark your calendar and plan to be there. Thank you.
Okay, just following up from there, some of the courses that we have for now, it will get better. They're very super active and they're always changing. They understand that the dynamics never remain the same. Some of the courses we currently have is client marketing management. We have strategic planning, courses in strategic planning. We have integrating technology and innovation. And we also have courses on operations. Please, like she said, when the link is out, let's register. I'm still discussing, or rather, we're still discussing with LBS, that those that are registered members of EXMAN, will they get a discount? They haven't said yes or no, but I'm saying it here, open now. So maybe when you keep looking at their faces, maybe something can happen. But we're doing this for us. Let's make sure that we come out for that first one, make it big, so other people can see that we believe in what we're about. And then obviously you'll get better from there on. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I'm going back to my boss, Mr. Denka. Like I was saying earlier, it kind of like started from him. I mean, these discussions have been ongoing and finally it's come to fruition. So you can imagine you went through 9 months of pregnancy and then the baby's born. So the baby's born, sir, over to you. So he's going to be closing for us. And please welcome my boss, Mr. Akinja Denka.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam President. You are the drive down in terms of what we've spoken about the challenging environment. 2 things that will continue to be critical, even more critical, will be competence and capacity. As things get more difficult, as clients ask deeper questions, they're going to be giving work to people who are competent and who have capacity. Competence and capacity are specific to what you're doing. And I'm glad that EXMAN is doing this with LBS. If you look at the pyramid, this is more like from the middle of the pyramid to the top. At the bottom of the pyramid, where you have students, where you have those who do not know about experiential at all, I'm glad EXMAN has an offering that they're also going to talk about later in that area. But at the top end, which is very, very critical, at the executive end, and you know, sometimes at that end, it's difficult to agree that we don't know, right? Either we're talking to clients or even on the agency side, it's sometimes difficult to admit that we do not really know what it is that we're talking about. So sometimes when I'm having a conversation with someone and I start the sentence, and the person kind of says, oh, yeah, yes. So sometimes I intentionally just set a trap by stopping that sentence to allow you to finish a sentence. And you then understand that the person actually does not know. But what LBS offers is LBS offers that executive halo where people can go into with their suits, whether we know or we don't know. And it covers that shame a bit because you say you're going to LBS tonight. So when you tell your people in the office, where are you going? I'm going to LBS. So you know, it covers that part of I don't know, but I'm going to learn something like that. So I'm sure, very, very sure that this is just the beginning. There will be other things that we'll be able to extend under this umbrella. And I'm very, very positive. I'm very happy that this is happening. And I'll say congratulations to EXMAN and to LBS for making this happen. And also thank you very much to everyone for coming.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. That's it. Mr. Adekole, welcome. That's another President Emeritus, so you can stand up for recognition, sir.
Please stand up, sir.
Stand up. Okay, so now we'll take pictures. I think the pictures will be taken outside.
Yes.
For visibility. So thank you everyone for coming, and please, there is lunch. So please wait.
So you are saying paying for lunch?
Something like that.
She will not dare.